What did you think of the way that your guys played on Sunday with some of those big plays? It's a veteran group, you kind of expect maybe more airtight, but that's just my layperson's perspective.
For sure, I think all of us expect more. I think the standard has been established in that room. Obviously, we weren't happy with it, but we're getting better.
What's been the process of getting Rudy Ford up to speed here?
Yeah, Rudy's come in. He's done a good job learning the system. Obviously, he's got really good speed. And so anytime we bring new guys in, it's can you get the verbiage down? And once we get that so they can operate with the guys, then it's getting them amongst the teammates and kind of working them in. You know, you don't want to throw them right in. You know, so we sprinkle in a few reps when he first got here, and then as we go, we up his reps and see how he does.
Your room has 2 veteran guys and then a bunch of guys that are either new to the team or new to the league. Does that cause you to balance kind of 2 different coaching tracks with the guys that have been established and the guys that have a whole lot to learn?
I see the difference in between the guys. Yeah, I think it's actually beneficial for me because I have 2 guys that are in our room that can show the way. And it kind of speaks to your question here. As soon as I can get those guys acclimated and ready to go verbiage-wise, and so they have an idea of what's going on, for me it's how fast can I get them around our veterans, especially because the 2 guys that we have, I mean, you guys know those 2 guys, they're very willing to help and bring along. They got good leadership qualities. So for me, it's a positive, and there's definitely differing things that we talk about when they first get here as opposed to the conversations that I'm having with 31 and 26. Are more advanced level since they've been in this system and they've seen a lot of snaps in the league.
What do you think of the depth you have right now behind Adrian and Darnell? Because you know it seemed like you kind of in camp shuffled in a lot of different third safeties and you kind of fallen on this group. But what do you think of the depth you have there?
Well, I think you're always trying to build as much depth as you can. You hope you don't have to dip in to your depth too far. Hopefully those starters can stay healthy. But for me right now, and for us right now, it's about finding which guy's going to really take that spot. And I think we've got some guys in the room, and we've added some guys recently here that could take that spot. And you know, I think week by week, it's who performs in practice. You know, who does the best when the bullets are flying, and so.
It's been an interesting year for you. I mean, you got the veteran guys, but you brought in, obviously you got Tariq in the draft. And then Dolan just before camp. I'm trying to remember them all.
Yeah.
And then Mike Abernathy comes in.
Yeah.
And then Rudy comes in.
Yeah.
It's been, I guess, has it just been like for you hitting reverse and starting it over again?
Yeah. If I'm just being honest, that's what it is. As soon as they come in the door, wherever you know we meet them, whether it's here or whatever, as soon as I can get my hands on them and get to work with them and really lay down that base layer, because they're coming. A lot of times they're coming from a whole new system. And even if it is a similar system, again, I go back to the verbiage, just because the communication, I know everybody's talked about that, is so key, and just to give them the tools to be able to function. But yes, that is exactly how it is. They come in, we go back to base layer, if you will, and install it like they're rookies. And you know, the guys who have been in the league a long time or have really good football IQ, they pick it up quickly, and then we just progress from there.
So how was Abernathy able to pick it up so quick? I don't remember a guy ever coming in that late in camp and making that kind of a...
Yeah, I tell you what, you know, I always say it's interesting because, back to your question again, we give, that first night, we give the guys, you know, the beginning installs, and then it's always interesting for me to see the next day when they come back, because of course they sit in the meeting room like you guys are right now, and they're taking notes, and they're you know, they're eating up everything you're saying. But really the next day is like, okay, how much did you really retain? How much can you spit back to me? And then of course, obviously, how much can you use when you go out to the field, which we see whenever the next practice is. He was very impressive, and we've done a great job here. Like, we bring in guys who are smart. I think that's crucial at the safety spot. But to your point, he was very impressive in this first couple of days. I mean, he picked it up. I don't know. He's really good football IQ wise. So.
Ryan, when you saw Carpenter in the Kansas City game, you hadn't really seen him for quite a while in camp, and then you saw him in live tackling. Was that a surprise to you, or is that everything you saw, you know, on tape with the...
No, it was not a surprise to me. He had a couple nice tackles in that game. We were happy with that, but no, it was not a surprise to me.
that's the kind of player you thought you could be?
Yeah, he definitely can run and hit. I think we've seen that across his tape.